Hey there, this is Melissa Missler, and I wanted to come back to you with one last detox option. This is our vascular detox combo. Now, in each session, we've talked about the benefits of OPC3, which is oligomeric proanthocyanidins. We've also touched on curcumin. Each of these are individual products that we have loved for many, many years. But for the first time, we are putting it into a detox combo. And we have Dr. Tamara that is going to spend the next 40 minutes explaining the benefits of how these two products together work perfectly. And so we want you to just learn and learn and learn. The free education is amazing. So do check this out and then get back with your coach about which detox combo or kit you want to try. Now, if budget is no issue, I strongly suggest you try them all. But if budget is a concern, we want you to pick and choose the one that's going to be the most bang for your buck. But throughout all of them, OPC and curcumin is suggested to go along with any one of your detox kits or can be sold separately and just these two items. So check out the education and let your coach know which is best for you. We can't wait to work with you and see your results. Thanks and have a great day.
All right. Hey, everybody. We'll give it this a minute or two to let everybody join us. I'm Jim Winkler, Vice President of Sales with Market America, and I am filling in for Dr. Deidre Mason today. I won't bring that same exact medical expertise, but that's why I have Dr. Tamara Weinstein with us, who is scheduled to go through this anyway, who is our Director of Sales and Continuing Education for our Health and Nutrition line with Market America. So very, very glad to be with you, Dr. T.
And I'm so happy that you can join me as well tonight, Jim. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's always nice to have another face when we have some back and forth discussions, right?
It is, especially when we're talking about some great products, which is what we're talking about this evening.
Absolutely. And I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share.
Perfect.
And we'll do an introduction. Let me just actually, before I do that, for those of you that might not know me, I just wanted to share with you a little bit of my background. I am a doctor of physical therapy and a board certified clinical nutritionist. And I have been working with this company for 17 amazing years. And I started working with this company because of their amazing health and nutrition products. I have to say that I was really impressed when I started looking into the products, how they're formulated, the ingredients, how they're all substantiated by science. And that's what's kept me here, Jim, all of these years, because our products are so amazing. We're going to talk about two products, and they're two products that I've used for many, many years. And I was so excited when the company decided to share them in combination together. So I'm going to bring them up here on my screen. Can you see them now?
I can, and I'm glad you shared your background, Dr. T, because I think it's really important for people to know, someone like yourself, how important ingredients are, quality is, and what's led you to being part of this great company. So appreciate you and all you do for us now, having recently taken this position in the last year and a half.
Absolutely. Thank you. And on the same line of thought, I have to say, I'm always a believer in food first, in living that healthy lifestyle, right? And getting your exercise in, getting your good night's sleep, managing your stress, staying hydrated, all of those things, all of those lifestyle choices are really important. However, I do believe that supplementation is no longer a luxury. It's really a necessity. Jim, we get bombarded, as you know, from the air we breathe in our environment to the soil that our food grows in. We're being bombarded from the environment and the outside with toxins. We also have toxins or free radical buildup on the inside. When we break down and digest our food, our proteins, our fats, and our carbohydrates, our body generates free radicals. When we exercise, we generate free radicals. Now, I am not telling you not to exercise. That's not an excuse. Don't ask me that. I get asked that quite frequently. But it's really important to consider even with the healthy lifestyle, the thought that we need to supplement, the thought that we need to take antioxidants to help fight those free radicals. And I always like to use an apple as an example. Jim, what happens if you cut an apple in half and leave it on the counter?
Well, you start to see the oxidation take place with it very, very quickly.
Very, very quickly, right? It starts to turn brown. And that's what happens even on the inside of our bodies. We have that oxidative stress on the inside. On the outside, we see the changes in our skin. So taking products like our Isotonics OPC3 and our Curcumin Extreme are very powerful antioxidants that help fight those free radicals. And that's why I love these products so much. Before we go into more detail, I just want to share the FDA disclaimer that our products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. We're talking about supporting our amazing body and the systems that we have, giving the body the tools that it needs to function optimally. And
I'm glad, Dr. T, you jumped in too on why we need to supplement. I do think that is important for everyone to think about. We don't get, as you said, what we got 40 or 50 years ago. The food, we may eat the same food, but not get the same nutrients. So it is so vital what you're about to share with everyone. And I think it's important, like you said, we all try to do the right things. We try to eat well, we try to exercise, we try to take care of it. But no matter how well we do that, there's times we need that supplementation because we just can't eat enough or get enough, especially the way a lot of us cook food nowadays, right? I mean, how many people are microwaving and doing things because they're in a hurry? I'm busy. I know you're not. But a lot of people do, and that's ripping everything out of there. So this is important, and really glad we're getting to share it.
Absolutely. I feel exactly the same way. So we're going to talk about these two products, and I want to start with some of the ingredients first, and really what makes this combination unique. It's the combination of OPCs from our trademarked ingredient pycnogenol, which we'll talk a little bit more about. That's found in our Isotonics OPC, and the curcuminoids that are found in our Curcumin Extreme product. They really provide a useful regimen for taking that proactive step because, as I said, we're being bombarded from the environment with toxins. We're creating free radicals on the inside. We need to support vascular health. We need to help maintain healthy levels of cholesterol and normal blood pressure as we naturally age. We can't stop aging. We can sort of keep it in check and slow it down a little bit. But as we age, we start to see changes. And again, we need to be a little proactive here. So these products with these ingredients have been shown to really have a powerful effect on blood cell activity, on metabolic function, such as blood flow. They help to promote vascular integrity, so the health from within inside the blood vessels, as well as lymphatic vessel support. And that's really how we get rid of the toxins, right? We have to flow it out of where we don't need it into places so that our body could properly excrete it. And that's one of the things that our vascular system and our lymphatic system work together. And of course, our liver, we know, is the primary organ of detoxification. We need to support our liver health as well. So the combination really makes them ideal choices for anybody looking to support their cardiovascular health, which I think you could agree, Jim, is pretty much everyone, right?
Yeah, one of the questions I was going to ask you is, I was listening to you talk about this. I was thinking, start with the OPC3. How long have you been taking that, Dr. T?
Well, I have to be truly honest. When I started 17 years ago, I was pregnant at the time. And so I hadn't started our products immediately. However, I made my husband a guinea pig to try them when I was first introduced. So he's been taking them for 17 years. My children have been taking these products. I have 4 kids. They've been taking these products in OPC for all of these years. We do have a children's OPC in our DNA Miracles line as well. So 17 years we've been using them in my household. And just a really funny little side note, my mother-in-law has been taking these products for all these years, and she has told me multiple times that OPC stands for Old People's Cure.
Oh, I love that. I'm 26 years in the company, and I was a customer before joining as an unfranchised owner, and then eventually the corporate team. But I've been taking the products for over 26 years, OPC3 in particular, for over 26 years. We have 5 children. All of our 5 children have taken it for 26 years. My wife's taken it 26 years. My dad has taken it 20. I basically tell people that I love that I'd like you to look into this product because I feel it's something that you should take a look at. And that's why I asked you that question, because it's so important to know that yourself, myself, what we're talking about, we're using on an everyday basis, because we're not just telling you it's good. We believe it to our core and we're using it.
That's right. And the honest truth is, I would never recommend anything to anyone else if it wasn't good enough for me, if it wasn't good enough for my family, for my children.
That's right.
I have to try everything before I can recommend it out anywhere. And in 17 years of working with this company and these products, and especially our OPC3, I've had people just come back and say, thank you for
Right.
helping me. And that's what's kept me around all of these years. And that's what made me want to be out in the field and educate on these amazing products. So as we go through, just keep that in mind. We use these products, our family uses these products for sure. So this combination, again, we have our OPCs and our curcuminoids. These OPCs that we've been talking about, that Jim and I both take, that our families take, they're naturally occurring plant compounds, and they're found in a variety of food. They're found in things like red grapes and apples, cranberry. They're found in pine bark extract, which is actually where we source our pycnogenol from. I'll talk a little bit more about that. But the issue becomes, as Jim said, we just can't get enough through our food supply any longer. It is practically impossible to get the phytonutrients that we possibly need in our body through our food supply. It's really very, very difficult. So the need to supplement, goes up even higher with things like these phytonutrients, these plant-based antioxidants. And so those OPCs that have this tremendous antioxidant property, again, have been linked with healthy circulation and that vascular integrity, or the health of the blood vessels. Pycnogenol is one of the richest sources of OPCs that we found to be available today. And I have to tell you that it has been clinically studied for over 40 years. It's been around for a very long time. There are a tremendous amount of studies on pycnogenol. And if you have an interest in looking them up, you can go ahead and just Google it. And all of these studies and this research will populate for you. But we use the trademarked pycnogenol that has been clinically studied. And I always like to point that out, that we use the trademarked ingredients in those studies, because that makes a huge difference. It's not some strangely sourced ingredient, right? It's the one that's studied. And that, for me, with my background as a health professional, was really important.
Absolutely.
So the studies, when we look at pycnogenol, they've been shown, the studies have shown that pycnogenol may help promote cardiovascular health and maintain healthy blood vessel dilation, promote blood flow and oxygen within the cell, and promote healthy endothelial function within the arteries and veins. So what does that mean?
I was just going to ask you that.
I knew that. So what does that mean? Well, what that means is that the ingredients here, the OPCs, the pycnogenol, help to open up those blood vessels, or vasodilate is what we call it. It opens up those blood vessels. So you can have a tight constricted blood vessel or a nice open one. So think of this nice open blood vessel with healthy blood flowing a little more freely than a tight constricted one, and how that promotes oxygen flow and blood flow throughout the body. That's tremendous. Do you have a visual of that nice healthy blood flowing? Absolutely. And healthy blood pressure as we age as well, because it's going through that larger versus the constricted vessel. And that endothelial function, our blood vessels are lined with endothelial cells. And so we want to make sure that those cells on the inside lining of our arteries and our veins, they stay healthy. And they are prone to oxidative stress. So we need to make sure that these antioxidants help protect from that oxidative stress. Did that explain it?
It did. I understood it. So I know, our people listening can understand it as well. So I have to take the doctor down a little bit to the level of, if I can understand it, we're usually good.
We're good. So those are the OPCs. Then we have the curcuminoids. Curcuminoids are also naturally found compounds. They're also considered phytonutrients. And so they therefore also support healthy heart function, because that's what antioxidants, that's what phytonutrients do. Curcuminoids are primarily found in turmeric root, but you can also find them in ginger root, oregano leaf, and cinnamon bark. And they do have properties that assist in maintaining a balanced response to metabolic changes from aging, from diet, from daily activities. Just like the OPCs, they support the endothelial cells, which line the walls of those arteries and veins. And as I said, we need that protection from the oxidative stress inside the vessels. That really helps promote lipid levels within healthy ranges as well. They may help promote the body's response to neutralize that oxidative stress, as I had mentioned. So cardiovascular health and vascular integrity is where they come into play. Very similar to the OPCs. What I want you to know, though, is that different antioxidants function differently in the body. Some have an affinity for different areas in the body. Some are water soluble, some are fat soluble, some can get down inside the cells and some can't. And so it's really important to think about taking different types of antioxidants, because not one antioxidant actually gives you enough coverage for what you need, for how we're being bombarded with toxins, how we create those free radicals to neutralize those free radicals and neutralize the oxidative stress in our body. So curcuminoids and OPCs, you'll see they have similar results or similar benefits, but they do work a little bit differently in the body. And the OPCs work to support that nitric oxide production. That's that opening up of the blood vessels, increasing that blood circulation, which is really important. We want that ample blood flow. The curcuminoids, the turmeric. I'm sorry?
I said more than ever we
more
want
than
that,
ever
right?
before.
Especially again as we're aging.
Absolutely. And the curcuminoids benefit the cardiovascular system as well, but these compounds work synergistically together to help support healthy blood cell aggregation, to help support lipid metabolism, to help support healthy platelet activity, as well as that endothelial function, the lining of inside the walls of the vessels. So they work together to help support these things. They work together to help filter out the toxins from our body through the vascular system, also through the lymphatic system, because that's how we detoxify. That's how we filtrate, along with the help, of course, of the liver. So it's important that our bodies, especially because as we age, they become less efficient, that we give the extra support that our body needs to remove the waste. We have to give it a little bit extra assistance, and that's what these products do. They help support our detoxification in our body, and that's why they're so important to consider. And taking them together, they're even more powerful. And we've really talked about these bullet points already. So really just, to drive it home, it's overall health, healthy circulation, oxygenation, helping to support immune function, as well as supporting healthy metabolism. But of course, blood flow and circulation is part of our concern here to help remove those toxins within our body. So
I love though the way you mentioned you have to take different antioxidants. I think that's important, because sometimes someone will say, well, I take an antioxidant. But as you said, one antioxidant, no matter how good, won't cover everything. So you need multiple. I know when we came out with curcumin, which has our curcuminoids in there, I started taking that immediately because I saw how they would work together. And that's really, really important because it covers different things that we all need, that one, no matter how good it is, can't cover all of it.
That's right. I heard an analogy once that I thought was really interesting to think about how we need to layer these antioxidants for protection. So think about being in your home and you want to protect your home. And
Mhm.
so you're inside, you might lock the door. You might have a chain lock for an extra layer of protection. You might have an alarm on your house for another layer of protection. You might have a dog with a loud bark for an
I heard
extra
mine.
layer of protection, right? And I just found that analogy really interesting when I heard it, because it's true, right? One lock might not just keep you safe. You need to have multiple areas, and it's the same thing with these antioxidants. It's like Swiss cheese, where certain free radicals can get through certain areas, but if you layer them up, those holes don't form in one single line. They're scattered in different places. So the one behind it is maybe the one that's going to protect you than the one prior, right? So layering them is really important. So the ingredients, I just wanted to highlight them just so you're familiar with what's in them. And you don't really need to know all of them, but just to know that the ingredients work synergistically together. In our OPC, we have grapeseed extract. The grape seeds are basically high in antioxidant activity, and they're found to help maintain healthy cholesterol levels. The red wine extract in there, by the way, there's no alcohol.
Yeah, that is important, seriously.
Just the extract of the red wine, which has been shown to have tremendous health benefits. I'm sure many people have heard of that French paradox, right? Drinking that red wine, having those antioxidants and its support for cardiovascular health. So no alcohol, but we do use the extract from the red wine. And that's been shown not only to have those great antioxidant properties, but also to help maintain healthy circulation by strengthening the vessels and the overall cardiovascular system. So you can see at the bottom, the studies that were done on OPCs found in red wine to be particularly helpful in maintaining healthy heart and blood vessels. And then we have bilberry extract. Bilberries are similar to what a blueberry is, but it has darker pigmentation throughout the berry. And so it has slightly higher antioxidant properties to them, and it also helps maintain healthy circulation by strengthening those vessels. We have citrus bioflavonoids in there that, again, work to help strengthen those vessels. And then the fifth ingredient in our OPC is, of course, our trademarked pycnogenol, our pine bark extract. And again, we use the trademarked brand that is grown in the southwest of France, all natural. As I said, 40 years worth of research and studies that share
The best, I'm just going to say.
The best, absolutely. There's other pycnogenols out on the market, but they really just do not compare in terms of the quality that this has. So, of course, powerful antioxidant, but it also binds to collagen and elastin. There's so many other benefits that I really didn't include here in the topic of what we're discussing today, but I highly recommend you can go to the website and you can always read more on our OPCs. The list of benefits is just really long because it has so many benefits to it. And again, you can even just Google it, but it is a super antioxidant. Basically, for our purposes here, help support healthy blood platelet activity, blood glucose levels, cardiovascular health, healthy cholesterol. When we're talking about cardiovascular health, we always tend to note blood glucose and insulin sensitivity as well as healthy cholesterol levels because they really all are intermingled together. So you'll definitely see some of that overlap here. So that's some of pycnogenol's superpowers.
It's so important.
And then in our curcumin extreme, we have another trademarked ingredient. The trademarked ingredient in here is curcumin. Curcumin is made from turmeric extract. It's a proprietary blend of curcuminoids. And it's not only the roots of the curcuminoids, but they also include the turmeric oils, which makes it that much more powerful. And curcumin has a higher level of oral bioavailability. There's a lot of curcumin or turmeric products out on the market that use a inferior type of a curcumin or turmeric that just it's not as available. And so you don't really reap the benefits of taking it. And again, that's what brings us back to make us different in terms of our products and the ingredients we use and how they're formulated, because we do use these trademark clinically studied ingredients.
So Dr. T, someone could be taking a turmeric or something right now, but they may not get the availability. I just want to make sure everyone's hearing that. If you don't get the availability, it's like taking a vitamin that doesn't break apart into your body. You're just not getting what you think you're putting in there. So if you're not getting bioavailability, you're not getting the ingredients to really do what they need to, right?
That's correct. And we should mention, of course, which I forgot, I apologize, our OPC is an isotonic delivery, right? And isotonics, when you mix a certain amount of water, powder with a certain amount of water, it follows a solution that's very similar to our body fluid. So it has the minerals and the sugars and things that are naturally found in our body fluid. So when you drink things like isotonics OPC, preferably in the morning, first thing on an empty stomach, you actually get upward of 95% bioavailability of the nutrients, which is tremendous, because Jim, what you absorb and what I absorb depends on our gut health, but we need to have the availability of the nutrients, because if they're not available, they're not really going to do us any good. And so the delivery system really is key, along with the type of ingredients that we use. The curcumin has been shown in the research to be 7 to 8 times more bioavailable. So that's pretty significant as well. And you can see, again, the benefits that we have here in terms of its antioxidant protection and protecting from those free radicals. But one of the other things that this product does so well, along with the other 2 ingredients that I'll share in a moment, the broccoli seed extract and the selenium, these ingredients in this product work synergistically together to help support the production of glutathione synthesis in our body. Now, glutathione is an antioxidant that we actually can synthesize or make in our own body. We need the nutrients to get there, but unfortunately, as we age, we tend to make less of it. And so we need to give the body a little more of those precursors, as we call them, or those nutrients that we need to make more of our own natural glutathione, because glutathione is the master antioxidant. We call it the garbage man of the cell, because it gets down inside the cell and cleans out the debris from within the cell and helps support mitochondrial health, which is our cellular energy. So really important, that glutathione, and our curcumin extreme helps support the production of the enzymes that we need to create more of it. So an added benefit here. Really,
you were getting a lot of love on that one, Dr. Tamara. There were a lot of hearts popping when you know, that was, it was a great explanation, calling it the garbage man, you know, and what it does.
Needs to sweep out that cellular debris. And then, of course, it has immune supporting activity, has been shown to support normal, the COX-2 gene. Those are some of the pathways that we need to support normal formation of certain proteins and things like that. So just so many benefits there. And then we have the broccoli seed extract, which is one of the second ingredients. Broccoli, we know, is a cruciferous vegetable and has a lot of different health benefits, really supports those detoxification pathways and the body's natural defenses, and also works to help maintain the healthy levels of glutathione, along with selenium. And of course, we use this particular kind of selenium, which is also more bioavailable, because we know that the availability is really important. And this particular selenium that we use, you see the L in front. That L means that it is a natural form of that particular product. Selenium is an essential amino acid. And when you see the L in front of the amino acid names, that means it's a naturally occurring form. So we see in our products things like L-phenylalanine, L-tyrosine, L-taurine, because we use the natural forms of those amino acids. Again, one of the things that makes us stand out above some of the other companies using other types of ingredients. But this is an essential mineral that is a required component of the selenoproteins, and those are used to, and needed to convert thyroid hormones. And so that's where they come into play here, in addition to, of course, fighting those free radicals and combating the oxidative stress and supporting the synthesis of healthy levels of glutathione. So selenium helps promote those healthy levels of glutathione, helps support neurologic health and a strong, healthy immune system as well. Powerful ingredients combined together. So Jim, we have our isotonics OPC3 and we have our curcumin extreme. We're putting them together to pair them to increase the synergy and their powerfulness. I ordered some myself. They come like this in a nice little bag together as a combo. And that's how we're promoting them. They have their own code we can talk about in a few minutes. But these two products together, as you can see here up on the screen, work synergistically to help maintain healthy circulation because they strengthen the vessels. They help with blood vessel dilation, opening them up, helping healthy blood flow, which supports cardiovascular health, platelet activity, blood protein activity. They help support healthy levels of C-reactive protein. If you're not familiar with C-reactive protein, that's a marker in our blood work that many cardiologists will use and test for to determine the health of your cardiovascular system. That's how important it is. They promote normal activity of the NF-kappa B and the prostaglandins and leukotriene metabolism and healthy blood flow, viscosity, the blood vessel integrity, right? The inside of those blood vessels, helping keep those endothelial cells healthy from those free radicals and oxidative stress. So just an amazing combination. And what I want to share is the best way to take them.
Because this is a big 1-2 punch. So how do we take it the
big
best way?
1-2 punch. So OPC3, if you look at the label on OPC, it's actually based on weight. It's a whole food product. It's like eating a big bowl of berries. Jim, what's the worst that would happen if you ate too many berries?
Blue fingers, nothing that I can think of.
Blue fingers, yeah, maybe. But
Yeah.
some people might get a little upset of the stomach, right? They might end up with a little diarrhea, which in most cases would make people happy because the majority of the population tends to be a little more on the side of constipated. So having a little loose stool might not be a horrible thing for some people, but really that's really the worst of it for most individuals. It might cause a little bit of GI upset. What I like to recommend is, because it says on the label, it's a small little cap of powder. So I'm going to take off this clear cap. That's the measuring cup. This little white screw cap, you're going to pour the powder in. Each little cap of powder on the label is per 75 pounds of body weight. So unless you weigh 75 pounds, that would be one cap. 150 pounds would be two caps. Usually what I like to do with my patients is I like to start off with 3 caps of OPC. And that's right where the majority of people need to be, quite honestly, depending on their weight. But I also like to start it off with a little bit of a loading dose. And if you have any issues or any upset in your stomach, you can always back it off a little bit. But this is a 90 serving bottle. So if you're doing 3 caps a day, this will last you for a month. That's usually where I like to start people off. And I like to take the isotonics first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. You wait
6 ounces of water too. The 3 caps with 6 ounces of water, right?
Yes, 2 ounces of water for every cap of powder in order to put it in that, what we call the isotonic solution. Thank you. And then you wait maybe 10 minutes, drink it down, wait maybe 10 minutes, and then you can move on to your next beverage of choice, whether it's tea or coffee, or go on to eat your breakfast. So isotonics OPC in the morning. Now, we talked about layering those different antioxidants. It's actually nice to spread them out as well. So that in the morning, and then I would go and take the curcumin maybe about 8 hours later, or 8 to 12 hours later. So maybe the curcumin extreme is something that you're going to take at dinner time. Okay, spread it out a little bit. That's my recommendation. Or maybe you take it before bed, whenever you're going to remember it the most. That doesn't mean that you can't take them together, right? You can drink your isotonics OPC and then you can take your curcumin extreme after that. But you have a larger coverage of that antioxidant protection if you spread it out through the day. And if you're consuming other antioxidants, by all means, I like to use the isotonics in the morning and the pill or capsule forms later in the day. That's my personal.
Great knowledge. Great. And if you're a person who can't remember that, I mean, then take them all in the morning. But if you're saying best practice, maybe isotonics in the morning right away, and then the pill and capsules in the afternoon or evening. Great.
Yeah. And I keep my pills and capsules on my night table because that's when I best remember them. So I leave them on my night table with a bottle of water. And I almost always get into bed and I'm like, oh, I gotta take those now. And I have to grab my water and that's when I take those at night. So just my own personal, because that's when I remember. So I thought I would like to share this visual with you. This is an infographic that we had put together so that you can pay forward and help other people. That's what we're really all about. It's really about helping other people. So if you're looking to help other people support healthy blood flow and circulation, and you're wanting to share out how we keep our blood healthy, you have access to this infographic. And if you are a guest watching this, by all means, ask the person that invited you to watch this and they can get this for you. But I'm all about helping people. That's why I started working with these products in the first place. And the more people that I can help, the happier that makes my soul. And this is an area that I think we need to do more education on. Wouldn't you agree, Jim?
I would, and I'll go further, even on top of the flyer, taking them to the website. There, you mentioned it earlier, but on our websites, there is more information than anybody would ever need. If you want to do research, you could research for the next 5 years on these products because it's all there. Clinical research you could take a look at. I've never seen a company that puts out that much research on ingredients to show why they're so strong and why they're so good. And as you mentioned, benefits, ingredients, all that right there. And then you've got the flyers to be able to hand this out or send on as well.
Absolutely. So I hope that you pay some of this information forward and help as many people as you can. I do have a few FAQs. I thought maybe, Jim, we can cover just in an extra couple of minutes here because we do get asked questions. And these FAQs, by the way, are also posted up on the website with those answers. I actually copied and pasted them right off of our website. So, you can go back and look if you're looking for more detail. So I already answered that first question. I believe what sets us apart from other bioflavonoid products on the market is the power of our OPCs, the power of our trademarked ingredient, how they're formulated, as well as the delivery system really, truly makes us stand out above and beyond anything else, I believe, on the market. Are there warnings? Of course, I'm going to tell you that if you're using any prescription drugs or you have any ongoing medical condition, you should always refer back to your healthcare provider. And we have that warning pretty much on all of our labels. If you're pregnant or breastfeeding, consult with your healthcare provider before using this product. Always, any question, go consult with your physician. That's really important. When we ask about any side effects associated with curcumin, occasionally some people could generally express some mild stomach distress as well. Again, going to refer you back to your doctor there. Are there any warnings associated with curcumin? There actually is a warning on this particular label. We have two products that have the same warning on it. It's our Curcumin Extreme and it's our Isotonics Bromelain, which I'm actually going to talk about in a moment. But both of these products have a warning on the label that if you're taking a blood thinner, a warfarin or Coumadin or another antiplatelet or anticoagulant type of medication, you really need to discuss taking these products with your physician because these products have some blood thinning properties to them, the curcumin and the Isotonics Bromelain. And so we do have that warning on the label there. So again, going to refer you back to your doctor.
And Dr. T, it doesn't mean they may not be able to take them. It means they need to consult with that physician because there may be moderations in other things. Am I correct on that?
That is 100% correct.
Yeah.
And I've worked with some of my patients with their physicians when I've had patients go back to their doctor and say, I would like to take this. And some doctors are willing to work with you, but again, you have to go consult with your primary care or your prescribing doctor for those prescription medications. We already talked about why we should take them together, right? And the benefits of the power that they have with the synergy that they have on the body, on the cardiovascular system, on the vascular health. And then the last one I just wanted to mention, because we have this 1-2 punch, which is absolutely amazing. But there are some individuals that want to know what other products to consider when we're talking about this particular topic of vascular detox combo. And so I included the Isotonics Bromelain Plus in here. Now, bromelain actually comes from pineapple. It comes from the stem of pineapple. So there's bromelain in here and white willow bark, as well as proteases. And Isotonics Bromelain helps support the body's immune system, and it helps support the body's ability to heal itself down on a cellular as well as a muscular level. What's really interesting, and I'm not sure if people are familiar with this, but there are certain cells that like to hide behind protein shields, right? They hide behind the protein shields because they don't want to be identified by the immune system. And one of the things that's so beneficial about this product is the proteases in here. When those cells hide behind those protein shields, the proteases actually help break down protein. And so they identify those cells that are trying to hide. And so as a result, they help support the immune system using, this ability to break down those protein shields. And that's really a unique property. So I love that about this product, in addition to the ability to heal itself down on a cellular and a muscular level. Also helps to clean out those cells, right? That cellular house cleaning, just similar to that glutathione.
And if I were to take this, I'm asking as if a customer, if I added bromelain, can I mix that together with my OPC in the morning? So how many caps of bromelain would I take with my 3 caps of OPC3?
Absolutely. You can mix all of your isotonics together. The key is to add the correct amount of water, as you pointed out before, to the number of caps of bromelain and isotonics. So if you're doing 3 caps of isotonics, now bromelain, you can take all at once because it's recommended 3 caps a day, or depending on the reason for taking it, you can actually spread it out through the day as well. And that's something you can even do with the OPC3. So if you chose to, you can do a cap of OPC3 and a cap of bromelain. And, first thing in the morning, you could do a second cap prior to lunch. You want to try to take those isotonics approximately 2 hours away from food, because you want your stomach to be as empty as possible to get the best availability of the nutrients.
Great.
So that's our vascular detox combo, our Isotonics OPC3, our Curcumin Extreme. We do have a special limited code available to order these 2 products together. And that, as you can see on the slide here, it's 10 vascular detox combo, or VDC, is the code that you will find if you're looking to order it off the website. Again, the website has tremendous amount of information. Not only can you find these products individually, but you can find them together in the combo, and it will go through the content and information that we shared with you this evening on this Zoom.
Well, this was great. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for getting these products together the way we have them. This is perfect for people to be able to order and really protect and take care of themselves, and especially as we're aging, doing the best we can to age, because we all want to age. Not aging is not good, but we want to age the right way, and this will give us the best chance of doing that. So thank you, Dr. Tamara. It's been a pleasure being with you.